course, this Sunday, we have the big game coming up. And our first guest, well, he knows a little something about playing in a big NFL game. Crawford Ker grew up right here in Tampa Bay, didn't even start playing football until late in high school, and still made it all the way to the NFL. He went from the Dallas Cowboys to building Wing House, and now he's sharing his new book with us, and he's here to tell us more about it. So welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Well, thank you, Janelle. I'm a big fan of yours.
Yes, well, we are big fans of yours. So you grew up in Dunedin.
Yes.
Right? And so we were talking earlier, you didn't really even start playing football until later in high school. How did that all come about?
Well, I played when I was very young.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up in Dunedin and went to Our Lady of Lourdes, which is a Catholic school, and I was kind of a running back and all that stuff back then. And my dad had a lawn business, so I kind of worked with him for a long time, and I started lifting weights in about my sophomore year, and the coach said, come on out and we'll get you maybe a scholarship if you do well. So I went out my senior year and I was very rusty, but it kind of worked out.
It worked out, and so then you went on to play in college at the University of Florida. Go Gators.
Yes, I was after high school, I was a walk-on in a school in Arizona Western in Yuma, Arizona. So I became a walk-on and made All-American. Then I went out to Florida my junior year.
Yeah.
So it was very good going to being a Gator.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so then you make it to the NFL. Did you always dream of playing in the NFL, and what was it like?
I think, going through the 4 years of college, if you're fortunate enough to measure up and go there, it was great. So I was drafted in the third round, and it was like I was a fan of the Dallas Cowboys growing up. So next thing I know, I'm in the locker room with the Too Tall Jones and all those guys, Randy White. So it's like, it was amazing being there.
Yeah, you said you even roomed with Emmitt Smith for a little while.
Yeah, well, Emmitt I was going on my 5th year, so I had to help a Gator out when he got drafted. So I never even charged him. So now he owes me a couple dollars for rent.
Yeah,
All right.
So, so then you were talking about, we were talking earlier that, when you had finally left the NFL, like that was harder than even making it because you kind of had to reinvent yourself, but you managed to do that.
Yeah, it's very tough when you leave because once you leave, the football in the limelight, you got to start all over. So if you don't really go into a business really quick, you have to invent a business. So I was lucky enough to find a restaurant segment and do the Wing House for 20 years. Yeah. So it was good. So we built up to 31 of them and sold them in 2014. So it was great. Yeah.
So how did, playing football help you in business?
Well, it's just the discipline, the game planning, the goal setting that you learn from, athletics and your coaches. And I had some great coaches in Tom Landry and Jimmy Johnson. So my main guy was my dad. He was my mentor. But just hard work and applying and living that business. So you have to live like you do. Any business you're in, you have to live it.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about this book, A One-Way Ticket. What will we learn about you and about life from this book?
I kind of did it for my kids because I had time. I had got out of the restaurant business in 14. Then I got in the hotel business for a little while, and I got bought out by developers. So I had the time. So it's just a life story. It's the road to the NFL, road to business, and just learning that, it's a lot of pitfalls. You got to kind of, luck got to be on your side, but you got to kind of do a lot of praying too.
Yeah. Have your kids been able to read it yet? I know it just came out.
It just came out, so they have it. So, my daughters are reading it now. So, I won't cringe too much.
Yeah, but I'm sure, you told them stories their whole lives growing up. Is there anything that they might learn from this book that they don't already know about you?
Well, they never learned the football, time. Yeah. So, I got married at 38, so I was way done of football at that time. So they're learning about the football, but more the road. And sometimes it picks you. You don't pick it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, we can't have a former NFL player on the week before the big game without getting your predictions. So what do you think is going to happen this Sunday?
I think if it's a high-scoring game, it favors Seattle.
Okay.
So, Seattle's really hot, great defense, great offense. So it favors that. But the coach of the year with the Patriots, Vrabel, has been there before. So if it's a low-scoring game, I would probably side with the Patriots.
Okay.
I know it doesn't help the fans out too much, but if I had to bet, the favorite right now is Seattle.
Okay, you'll be watching.
I'll be watching.
Of course.
Bits and pieces of it.
Bits and pieces. Yeah. Okay, so your book. Where can we get your book?
It's at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and it's out there and doing a great job. So it's been successful. It's been good.
Perfect. Congratulations on the book. Thanks
Well,
for
thank
coming.
you.